uncertainty whether or not Coach Harbaugh will be with you with the first 4 games. How, as a leader, a veteran leader on this team, does your role change, if at all, and what strategies do you take to kind of, even out the process of your coaching?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about the situation, but as a leader, just rally my guys. Hey, if anything, this is gonna make us go even harder. You know what I'm saying? So maybe a little motivation, light a fire under us. So really just rally my troops, get them going. Hey, we're going to do this for Coach Harbaugh if that is the case. But I don't really know what's going on too much. But really just bring my guys together and do what we do. Play ball, leave it all on the field, and get the job done.
Blake, you played with a great leader in Kane McNamara. What will you remember about your time together and winning the 2021 League 10 championship on this field?
Yeah, I still talk to Kate till this day. He's a warrior, man. He's a warrior on that field. He's a great leader, and he led that team to that 2021 championship. That was right here. So great quarterback, great leader. I expect big things from him at Iowa, and I wish the best upon him. And hopefully I can meet him here again.
Any stories about playing with Kate that you remember the most?
And no stories, but like I said, he's a warrior on that field. Like I remember sometimes he would go down and he just took a big blow, and he'd get up like a soldier and keep it pushing because he knew that's what he had to do as a quarterback. He was the leader, he was the general, and so really no stories that I can necessarily think of right now, but as a player, he's a dog. He's the dog in him.
Blake, do you know when you're going to be cleared for contact?
Well, I had a doctor's appointment the other day, and I believe he cleared me. I might have to double check with him to make sure that was the last appointment I'm cleared, but I think I'm good. So now it's just being smart, going into camp, and doing whatever I have to do to make sure this team is in the best position to win and attack the season.
How difficult is it going to be smart and take it easy or take it slow as you work through camp?
It's not going to be too difficult. I have the right people around me. Coach Hart, he knows how to, he's been playing this game for a while. He's been hurt. He knows how to manage, how many reps and things like that. So, I'm not worried at all. I'm going into camp with the mindset of, I'm fully healed. If they want me to do a hit and drill, I'll do the hit and drill. I'm me now. It's no longer, Blake has a bad knee. Like, my knee is fine. My knee is perfect. I'm just ready for some ball now.
Is there a point this summer where you realize you're me now as you go?
Say that one more time.
Is there a point where you realize, okay, I'm back to me
Oh
now?
yeah. I mean, you could say a couple weeks ago, that's when I realized, okay, my speed's coming back, and then I started feeling the burst, and then my cutting ability, there was definitely a point in time where okay, I like where this is headed. I see the hard work paying off. The knee's feeling great, the body's feeling good. So there definitely a couple weeks ago, I would say that really kicked in. I'm like, okay, this is nice.
Speaking of the hard work, you are quite familiar with here with Indy, but the reason you came back, as you said, it is more than that. Can you just speak a little bit to, I guess, the phrase you used? I may be paraphrasing, but natty or bust.
Yeah.
Just elaborate on that. How some people might say you can have success without a natty.
Right.
What is that? What does it mean?
I mean, the way I view it, right? And I hold my teammates, I hold myself, and the coaches hold us to a high standard, right? And part of me coming back was I said unfinished business. That was my thing, unfinished business on the field, off the field, in general. But we have a team that is very special right now. A lot of guys come back. JJ has another year under his belt. We have transfers. Drake Nugent. LD. Big Hint. Up front we're great. Team-wise we're great. We've been working our butts off this summer. And I believe in my guys. I believe the camaraderie, the brotherly love that we have within each other right now is crazy. And what I'm telling the guys now and what the coaches are telling us, and it's just day to day now. We've had enough dreaming, we've had enough talk about the national championship, and now it's just day to day. We got to beat ECU first. You know what I'm saying? We can't think too far ahead. Be where our feet are. We have to take care of the regular schedule and beat our rivals. And then, if if we get there, we just got to get over the hump. But, for me, I have high standards, so yeah, it's win or bust, and I think the guys know that, but we don't have to say anything. We know what it is. Talk is cheap, and right now we're just focused on camp on the second, and we're gonna go from there. We're gonna attack each and every day and try to get better, and that's what we're doing, man. Day to day, man, being where our feet are.
Is that the shift this winning has created? Because it was last year, you guys had just won a Big Ten title, but people, maybe it was still like it's still improvement mode, and you guys were saying beat Michigan State and Ohio State in the same year, win another Big Ten title, then win a Natty. There were steps, there were layers to it. Have you now moved past? Is that part of the evolution?
Everything's still the same. It's still beat Michigan State. It's still beat Ohio State. It's still win the Big Ten championship. It's still, go to the college football playoffs, go to Natty. It's still that. But we don't have to talk about it as much, because we know what the goals are. And like I said, talk is cheap. Now it's just putting in the work. How can we get better? Day to day. How can we get better than we were yesterday? And because we know what the end goal is. So we don't have to talk about it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because all the guys, we know, we want it, we smell it. And so, I'm glad where we're at right now. This team, like I said, it's really special. A lot of special players, man. I could name a lot, but I think you guys know the special players. And I love where our team is. I love how Coach Harbaugh is managing the team along with the other coaches. It's been great. In Schembechler Hall right now, no complaints.
Blake, there's been a conversation about running backs in the NFL and the way the NFL values running back position. I wonder how that sits with you as a guy who can play running back.
It's a little frustrating. I'm not there yet, so I can't speak for the players that are literally going through it. But I see they're having their meetings, and hopefully, things can change. Because the running back position has always and still is a valuable position. I think it means a lot to the game. You have greats, the Walter Payton, the Barry Sanders. Then you have now Derrick Henry and all the guys. So it's like, those guys mean a lot to the game, man. Why not treat them as such? But like I said, I can't talk too much about it. Yeah, it frustrates me from the outside looking in, but I'm not there. I'm not there yet. So I don't want to speak too much on it, but looking at it, it's a little frustrating.
Like when school was thought maybe that as a running back you have a certain amount of time to play and you want to be able to maximize what you can earn in that amount of time. Did that play in for you in thinking about whether to come back and play another year at Michigan or go on to the NFL and start?
NIL is great, but for me it wasn't. I'm coming back because of NIL. That's kind of like, okay, that's a bonus. That's great. But that wasn't anything for me. It was honestly the bigger picture. I came back, got my degree. We have one heck of a team coming back. It's to do the goals we're setting out to do, and bring something real nice home to Ann Arbor.
Blake, if I can clarify John's question, you're cleared to go full.
Yeah, I am good.
Have the coaches said that too? Like everybody said you're good to go?
Yeah, I'm good. Like I said, I had a doctor's appointment the other day, and the doctor cleared me. So I guess maybe I should double check with him just to make sure that was the official clear. But I'm feeling great, so I'm gonna clear myself. I'm good to go.
So when's the first time that you'll actually get on the field with this?
Second, I'll be out there. I'm already on the field, I'm already out there cutting and stuff, We don't have practice or anything, but I'm out there putting in work, Well, as soon as camp starts, I'll be out there.
Like there's reports out there that Coach Jim Harbaugh will miss 4 games to start the season. How do you think the team will take that on game days and Saturdays? Will that be strange?
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't really know too much about the whole situation. I don't really know what's going on. But, we're going to treat each game the same. We know Coach Harbaugh, whether he's there or not. If he's not there, he's going to be there in spirit. And he's prepared us enough. So those 4 games, we can rally together. Like I said, if anything, it's going to light a fire under us and make us want to win even more. So, we love Coach Harbaugh. We're all behind him. They're trying to – Coach Harbaugh's a great coach, man. He's a great human being. He's done so much good things for the community, for us. You hate to see it, but like I said, I don't know what's going on, but if that is the case, we're going to keep playing ball and we're going to play for him.
Like you mentioned, it's so special a few times. What is it like to be a part of something that is so special?
Man, it feels great, walking in the, Schembeckler Hall every day, walking into the weight room, watching guys lift, watching guys sweat. Like, ooh, I can't wait to go to war with them. I can't wait to hit the field with them. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel good when you have a great group of guys around you, from the offensive line to the quarterback to sharing a running back room with some great running backs to the defense. Overall, great players, great coaches, and going into the season, that's all you can ask for. And now camp coming up on Tuesday. It's time to put in that work. It's time to put everything else aside and strap up and get ready for the season.
You and Cade accomplished a lot. 2021, Cade going to Iowa. I was just wondering if you could kind of just describe what you bring to Iowa, just kind of your connection.
Yeah, like I said, Cade's a great leader, great human being, and he's a general, at that quarterback position, and he's going to lead Iowa. They're going to win some games, and they might turn that thing around from last year. I expect some big things from Cade. Cade and Eric, that connection, great players, great teammates. They should do big things, and I'm rooting for the best. And like I said, hopefully we both have wonderful seasons and we can meet each other here.
Hey, Blake, you mentioned that NIL was kind of a bonus, right? Not the reason why you came back, or a nice add-on.
Yeah.
What do you make of the one more year fund campaign that Valiant can raise? Hopefully, you and 3 other guys around. What was that support like, knowing that I'm not coming back for this, but if I do come back, the fans really want us to come back and play one more year?
Yeah, by that time I already said I was coming back, but it was great, being able to get some of the other guys that might not necessarily, be targets in the marketing world, because sometimes, it's unfair, but I want my offensive linemen to get as much marketing as they can, and sometimes these businesses don't necessarily go to the offensive linemen, they go to the skill players, the guys that scored a touchdown, but without them, so we ain't scoring no touchdowns, you know what I'm saying? So be able to get them some cheese, and I think it's amazing. Like I said, NIL has been really good to us, my teammates and I, and like I said, it's a bonus. It's still all about ball, but who would turn down a little bit of money while you're playing a little bit of ball?
You guys have beat Ohio State, obviously, last 2 seasons. At that point, before it was an everyday conversation. Are they still part of the everyday conversation?
100%.
And if so,
Yeah, they're still part of everyday conversation. We still have that Beetle House. If you didn't, that means your head got too big, and you think you're too good. You're too good for your stuff, and we're not that. We're not complacent. We want more. So we still have that period set in spot. We're still thinking about Ohio State all the time. But like I said, right now it's just being where our feet are, getting ready for camp, man.
for you personally, being able to play with TC, as a player, how much was it frustration? Was it, I don't want to say helplessness, but just not being able to be out there?
You can call it helplessness. That's how I felt. That's how I felt on the sideline on crutches, man. I'm looking at the defenses. The only thing I can do is really just bring my teammates up and tell them what I'm seeing. And that might go a long way, but I was just, in my head, I'm thinking hey, what could I do? If I was out there, what would I do? Could I make someone miss? Could I score a touchdown? So all these things, all these emotions were running through my body, and it was frustrating for sure. It was tough. It was definitely tough.
Blake, do you remember the day that you told Harbaugh you were coming back? Because he called it up here, the day that he made his day, made his week, made his offseason.
Yeah, I do remember telling Coach Harbaugh I was coming back, and it was a great day. It was a great feeling to finally, because like I said, for a while, one day I wake up, I was declaring. The next day, I'm coming back, So being able to get that off my plate and really just focus on that get back, getting my knee right, it felt great. And being able to tell Coach, someone who I look up to a lot, hey Coach, I'm coming back to play one more year. Let's go do this thing. It was something special.
Like, I know when you were recruited, it really came down to Michigan and Ohio State for you. What do you remember about that kind of being recruited by 2 rivals?
It was a great feeling. I remember I took 2 officials to 2 great schools. But for me, you were going to get good football at both places. And it was really the next, setting myself up for life, honestly. The Michigan Alumni Network, it's something special, man. I tell you that, we're all there for each other. the Michigan, like I said, the alumni, you know, they're there to help the new generation. You know, they're there to help you and build up your future. You know, and I can't appreciate them enough. You know, they're there for you, and it's something special about Michigan. You get the best of both worlds, man. You get good sports and you get good academics, and it sets you up for a successful life.
Do you ever think about, like, what if I made the other decision?
Nope.
Blake, on a more serious note, the team took a trip to see the Holocaust Museum recently. What did you guys gain from that? How do you think it will impact your guys' movement?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great to go to any museum. You know, Holocaust Museum, African American Museum. I think it's great to learn. You know, who doesn't want to learn? You know, about whatever it may be. You know, so I think it was very important that, you know, we went to the museum to learn and gain some knowledge. You know, especially nowadays. You know, if you post something on Twitter or something like that, you know, you could be bashed and stuff like that. So it's just good to learn what to say, what not to say, learn more about, you know, whatever it is, you know, the culture, the religion, whatever. It's good to learn, you know. So go to as many museums as you can, just to learn about everything. You know, you can never, you know, not learn enough. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good experience.
Blake, can you kind of describe the dynamics of the running back room in terms of how creative you have Donovan and yourself,
Yeah.
2 receiver, maybe freshman?
Yeah, man.
You guys incorporate how creative, like, hey, you put Donovan in the slot, you guys have input on that? How does that work out?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you have diverse running backs, right? You know, you can put them wherever you want to put them. You know, put them in the best position so the team can win. You know, so it starts with Coach Hart. You know, great running back coach, great guy. You know, we've learned so much from Coach Hart. It's crazy. You know, he's brought our running back room so close together that, like, we can't be pulled apart. You know, so it starts with him, and then you have myself, you have Donovan. You know, 2 guys that just push each other, not selfish at all. Just want the best for each other. We all try to sharpen each other, you know, on and off the field. And then you have, you know, guys like C.J. Stokes or Tavy Dunlap or Leon Franklin. Then you got the freshmen, you know, Benjamin Hall. You know, you got Cole Cabana. You know, so we got some running backs. You know, running backs are just got here or trying to take everything in, maybe learn a little something here and there. Then you got, you know, the seasoned veterans.
If that diminishes your 28 or 30 carries, do you have a problem with that? Would you rather be in more of a sweet spot at 16 to 20?
Yeah, 16, 20, that's fine with me. You know, whatever gets the job done. You know, if they need me to one game carry the ball 40 times, I'm good for it. You know, I'm good for it, man. You know, I know the work I put in, but if they want me to carry it 10 times, I can do something with 10. You know, and I know I have the guys in front of me, you know, that are going to pave the way for our best running backs. You know, whatever the team needs me to do, I'm there for them. You know, whether that be 10 carries or whether that be 40 carries. You know, it doesn't matter to me. I'm there to play the game I love, and that's what I love doing. Going out there every Saturday.
Hey, Blake, easy question for you back here. I already got the picture. I got the Instagram picture. Friday Night Lights having events for kids.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you to help these kids maybe experience life that they don't get to do that you host?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot to me. You know, holding my Friday Night Light camps is something special because, you know, you only get high school football once, right? Not that this camp's for high school football, but I named it Friday Night Lights because Friday Night Lights is something special, as y'all all know. But holding these free football camps to kids that maybe can provide it if I did charge or can't provide it, you know, it's something special. Giving them some exposure, giving them some techniques, giving them some motivation. You know, that, like, if I did it, you can do it too. This is what you got to do. You know, and so, you know, it means a lot. You know, it's just, I'm big on community, and it brings the community together. And that's what I love about these youth football camps that I hold Friday Night Lights. Yeah.
Thanks, Blake.
Yes, sir.
What's the benefit of the future? How do you feel like that benefits?
You know, we were talking about this not too long ago, and, you know, we basically said to be the man, you got to beat the man. And, you know, Georgia's at the top right now, and if we want to be at the top, we got to beat them. You know, so, you know, just implementing, you know, a Georgia drill, just like we implemented the Ohio State drill. You know, just keeping that in the back of our mind, right? You know, just always keeping it there. We don't got to talk about it too much, but always keeping it there and just driving us forward and just reminding us, hey, we ain't the top dog right now. You know, and we got more work to do. You know, let's get to work.
What does the drill look like?
I couldn't tell you honestly. I haven't done I wasn't here in the spring, and that's when they put it in. So I can't wait to see you in the fall. I can't wait to see you at camp.